My dear students, Assalamu alaikum. In our previous lecture, we discussed about the main concept of tabular presentation of data, the main objectives of tabular presentation of data, and the components or different parts of a table. Now in this video lecture, we will discuss some more important aspects of tabular presentation of data as given in coming slides. Firstly, let us study about the different rules or guidelines of tabulation. Dear students, construction of a table depends upon the objectives of investigation. In fact, there are no hard and fast rules for the construction of a table. However, some important guidelines should be kept in mind while tabulating statistical data. Some of those rules or guidelines are given here in this slide. Firstly, it should be kept in mind that the title of a table must be given at the top center of the table, and it must be compatible with the objectives of the study. That is, the title should tell us what exactly the table presents. Dear students, a table must be of an ideal size. That is, it should suit the size of the paper, and therefore the number and width of the columns and rows should be decided beforehand. Furthermore, the point of measurement should be clearly defined and given in the table, such as income in rupees or weight in pounds, etc. For example, if we have to tabulate data relating to income of individuals, we should clearly mention in the table that whether the income is mentioned in rupees, dollars, pounds, etc. Zero should be used only to indicate the quantity of a variable. Do not use zero to indicate the non-availability of data. It means that indicate a zero quantity by zero, and do not use zero to indicate such information which is not available. Dear students, information which is not available should be indicated by the letter NA or by dash. Use of abbreviations should be avoided, particularly in the titles, headings, and subheadings of a table. For example, year should be written as YEAR, not YR. Source of data, that is, whether the data is taken from primary source or secondary source, it should be noted at the bottom of the table. It is generally noted next to the footnote. If data is taken from secondary source, then the name of publication, the name of publisher, year of publication, etc. should be mentioned in the source of data. Dear students, some other guidelines which we should keep in mind before tabulating the statistical data are: those columns whose data are to be compared should be kept side by side. Similarly, percentages, averages, ratios, totals, etc. must be kept close to the data. As far as possible, figures should be approximated before tabulation. This will reduce unnecessary details. Moreover, the data should be tabulated in an explicit fashion. That is, the expressions like etc, that is extra, should not be used in a table, since the reader may not easily find out what it refers to. We should also keep in mind that headings should generally be written in the singular form. For example, in the column indicating goods, the word good should be used instead of goods. And lastly, a table must be simple. It must be attractive and economical in space. So these are some of the important guidelines or rules which we should follow while constructing a statistical table. Now coming to the types or kinds of tables. Dear students, there are three bases of classifying a table. Number first, according to purpose. Number second, according to originality. And number third, according to construction. According to purpose, there are further two subtypes of a table. First, general purpose table, and second, specific purpose or special purpose table. According to originality, there are also further two subtypes of table. First, original table, and second, derived table. And the two important types of tables according to construction are simple table and second, complex table. Now we will discuss them one by one in detail in coming slides. First, according to purpose. Students, according to purpose, there are two kinds of table. Number one, general purpose table, and number second, special purpose table. General purpose table is that table which is of general use. It does not serve any specific purpose or specific problem under consideration. That is, they usually contain detailed information and are not constructed for specific discussion. In other words, these tables serve as a repository of information and are arranged for easy reference. Such tables are just a data bank for the use of researchers for their various studies. Students, general purpose tables are also called reference tables or repository tables. For example, table published by various government agencies like CSO and SSO in our country. CSO means Central Statistical Organization and NSSO means National Sample Survey Organization. Such tables published by government agencies in our country are particularly of general type, and such tables are usually larger in size. Now coming to special purpose table. Students, special purpose table is that table which is prepared with some specific purpose in mind. That is, they provide information for particular discussion. Generally, these are small tables as compared to general purpose tables, and these are usually limited to the problem under consideration. For example, production figures of a particular industrial unit for a number of years would give us specific or special purpose tables. These tables are also called summary tables. Now coming to the kinds of types of tables according to originality. So according to originality, the two types of tables are, one is original table and second one is derived table. Students, an original table is that table in which data are presented in the same form and manner in which they are collected. Such type of tables are also called primary tables or classification tables. Such tables contain data collected from a primary source. Now, derived table. A derived table is that table in which data are not presented in the same form or manner in which they are collected. Instead, the data are first converted into ratios or percentages and then the data are presented. For example, if from a general purpose table, certain averages, ratios or percentages are derived, then the table containing such information would be a derived table. Now coming to another classification of table, that is the classification of tables according to construction. Dear students, according to construction, there are two important types of tables. One is simple or one-way table and second one is complex or manifold table. Let us first understand what the simple table means, or what is the simple or one-way table. Dear students, a simple table is that table which shows only one characteristic of the data. That is, in this type of table, only one characteristic is shown. Table given here in this slide is an example of a simple table. This table shows us the data relating to the number of employees in a school according to their age group. Thus, this is a simple or one-way table and this table gives us information about only one characteristic of data, that is age group. Now coming to another important type of table according to construction, which is complex table. Dear students, a complex table is one which shows more than one characteristic of the data. These tables may be further classified as double or two-way tables, treble tables or three-way tables, and manifold or high-order tables. So in case of complex tables, two or more characteristics are shown. When two characteristics are shown, such a table is known as a two-way table or a double table. When three characteristics are shown in a table, such a table is known as treble or three-way table. Thus, a three-way table answers questions relating to three interrelated phenomena. And dear students, when four or more than four characteristics are simultaneously shown in a table, it is a case of manifold tabulation. Such type of tables are also known as high-order tables. Here in this slide is given an example of two-way or double table. Dear students, if the number of employees given in one-way or simple table as shown in previous slide are further divided sex-wise, the table would become a two-way table or double table because it would give information about two characteristics. One is age group of employees and second is sex-wise distribution of employees as shown in table here in this slide. Thank you.